The Los Angeles Chargers defeated the Philadelphia Eagles 22-19 in overtime on Monday night, December 9, 2025, at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Kicker Cameron Dicker secured the victory with a walk-off field goal, following a critical overtime interception by safety Tony Jefferson. This outcome pushed the Chargers' record to 9-4, strengthening their position in the AFC playoff race. For the Philadelphia Eagles, led by quarterback Jalen Hurts, the loss marked their third consecutive defeat, further jeopardizing their standing in the competitive NFC. The game's decisive plays in overtime underscored a challenging night for the Eagles, particularly for Hurts, whose performance was marred by multiple turnovers. This result carries significant implications for both teams as the NFL season progresses into its crucial final weeks, with the Chargers gaining momentum and the Eagles facing increased pressure to stabilize their playoff trajectory. The final score of 22-19 in overtime reflected a tightly contested battle played under the lights of Monday Night Football. The Eagles, who entered the game as the reigning Super Bowl champions, found themselves on a losing streak, a trend that continued with this defeat. Their offense struggled with turnovers throughout the contest, despite managing to keep the score within one possession for much of regulation. The Chargers' defense capitalized repeatedly on these takeaways, creating short fields and limiting Philadelphia's ability to mount sustained drives. This defensive effort, combined with timely special teams play, proved to be the difference maker in a game that saw neither team achieve a high-scoring offensive output. The Chargers' ability to close out a tight road game in primetime represents a significant step forward for a team often criticized for failing to finish strong in past seasons. The decisive moments unfolded in overtime. Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts threw his fourth interception of the game, a critical turnover picked off by veteran safety Tony Jefferson. This interception immediately set up the Chargers' winning drive. Following the turnover, Cameron Dicker, the Chargers' kicker, successfully converted the game-winning field goal, sealing the 22-19 victory for Los Angeles. Hurts' performance was a central point of concern for Philadelphia, as his 4 interceptions, including the one in overtime, directly contributed to the team's struggles. In contrast, Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert demonstrated resilience, playing through a broken finger on his left, non-throwing hand. Herbert's ability to manage the offense in a controlled, lower-scoring affair highlighted his leadership and the team's capacity to win under adverse conditions, relying on a balanced effort from all 3 phases of the game. This matchup pitted the reigning Super Bowl champion Eagles against a Chargers team aggressively pursuing an AFC postseason berth. Philadelphia arrived at the game already in the midst of a losing streak, facing scrutiny over recent offensive inconsistencies and persistent turnover issues. This loss extended their skid to 3 consecutive defeats, intensifying the pressure on the team. The Chargers, on the other hand, delivered a performance that defied their historical struggles in tight games, securing a crucial road overtime win. Their success was largely attributed to a stout defense and an effective kicking game, rather than a high-powered offensive display. The clutch plays by Tony Jefferson and Cameron Dicker in overtime underscored the Chargers' reliance on key depth players and special teams in a high-stakes December contest, showcasing their ability to execute when it mattered most. For the Los Angeles Chargers, this victory and their improved 9-4 record significantly strengthened their playoff positioning within the AFC. The win enhances their prospects for at least a wild card berth and could have further implications for seeding depending on their remaining schedule. The strong performances from their defense and special teams, particularly from Jefferson and Dicker, reinforce their importance in high-leverage situations as the postseason approaches. Conversely, the third consecutive loss for the Eagles raises considerable pressure on Philadelphia's offense and on Jalen Hurts, especially concerning his turnover rate. This defeat at home against a non-conference opponent narrows the Eagles' margin for error in the race for a divisional title, favorable conference seeding, and potential home field advantage in the NFC playoffs. Both teams now face critical decisions and adjustments as they navigate the final stretch of the regular season with their postseason hopes on the line.